My beloved child, I am warning you right now. Not tomorrow. Not in a gentle, easy-to-ignore whisper. Right now, with the full urgency of a father who loves you more than words can express and who knows what is at stake in this very moment. A billionaire is looking for you. A person of extraordinary wealth, influence, and resources, guided by my hand, directed by my angels, moved by a divine purpose that goes far beyond anything you or they could have designed on their own, is actively searching for you at this hour. The search is urgent. The window is narrow. I have only 10 minutes to reach your heart with this truth before the next sequence of events unfolds. So I need you to stop everything. Read every word. Do not let this pass by, because missing this moment would mean missing something that does not come twice. I know what that sounds like. I know the voice in your head that immediately says, "That cannot be real. Who would be looking for me? Why me?" And I want to answer those questions. Not with spiritual platitudes, but with the deep, specific, personal knowledge that I have of your life. I know you because I made you. I know the count of the hairs on your head, the number of your days, the purpose written into your DNA before the world existed. And it is precisely because of what I put in you, the gifts, the capacity, the alignment with my plan, that this person is being directed to you. The billionaire who is looking for you is not searching randomly. They are being guided to a very specific person, and you are that person. Hear me, receive this, and act. Chapter 1. Why a billionaire? Understanding the instrument of your blessing. My beloved child, throughout the history of my relationship with humanity, I have consistently used people of wealth and influence as instruments of divine provision. Joseph was elevated to a position of authority under Pharaoh so that he could preserve a nation. Esther was positioned in a palace next to a king so that she could save her people. The wise men who came at the birth of my son were men of means who brought extraordinary gifts. I have never had a problem using wealth as an instrument of my purpose. Wealth, in the hands of those I direct, is a powerful vehicle for breakthrough, rescue, and transformation. The billionaire who is looking for you right now is one of those instruments. They are wealthy, extraordinarily so. But wealth is not what makes them significant in your story. What makes them significant is that I have placed a specific assignment in their heart regarding you, an assignment they may not fully understand, a prompting that they cannot explain rationally, a persistent, nagging sense that there is someone they need to find, someone they are supposed to help, someone who is connected to a purpose that is larger than either of them alone. That prompting is from me. That persistence is my spirit moving in them. And the person they are searching for, the face they have been shown in moments of prayer or quiet reflection, is yours. I want you to understand how this works so that you can receive it with wisdom and not with suspicion. When I use a person of wealth as an instrument of your blessing, I do not override their free will. I work within it, through circumstances, through spiritual impressions, through conversations, through synchronicities that they notice and cannot dismiss. I am arranging events right now so that when you and this person cross paths, and you will, the connection will feel instantly significant to both of you. There will be a recognition that goes beyond the surface of the meeting, a sense that this was meant to happen, that this is important, that something larger is unfolding. Trust that recognition when it comes. Do not dismiss it as fantasy. It is the signature of my hand on a divine appointment. The resources that this person carries are not for their own use in your life. They are instruments of provision for the specific purpose I have assigned to you. My child, you carry a calling, a destiny, a purpose that requires resources beyond what you currently have access to. And that is not a failure on your part. Some callings require divine partnerships. Some assignments are so significant that they require more than one person's resources to fulfill them. The billionaire who is coming to you does not give because you need charity. They give because they are spiritually connected to your assignment, and supporting your purpose is the fulfillment of their own. This is divine synergy, where two lives, aligned by my hand, produce together something that neither could produce alone. Write in the comments right now, God, I am open to the divine appointment you have prepared for me. Speak it aloud. Let it be the declaration that opens your spirit to what is approaching. The preparation of your heart to receive this divine connection is part of what allows it to happen in fullness. A closed heart cannot receive an open-handed gift. An open heart, positioned in faith and expectation, receives with ease. Chapter 2. The urgency. Why 10 minutes matters. My beloved child, I use the language of urgency, 10 minutes, for a reason. Not because I am bound by human time in the same way you are, but because urgency is the spiritual reality of this moment. There are windows in my kingdom, appointed intersections of divine timing and human readiness, that open and close. Not because I withdraw my love or my intention, but because the convergence of circumstances that makes a particular blessing possible in a particular form is specific to a particular season. When that season passes, the blessing may still come, but perhaps differently, perhaps more slowly, perhaps without the extraordinary dimensions that were available in the original window. The urgency I am pressing into your spirit right now is not fear. It is holy alertness. It is the call to spiritual wakefulness that I issue to those who are on the edge of something extraordinary. When the angel appeared to Mary with the message of heaven, there was urgency in the encounter. Not because God was panicking, but because the appointed hour had arrived and a response was required. When I told Abraham to leave his homeland, the call carried urgency, not anxiety, but holy momentum. When I warned Noah about the flood, urgency was part of the message, not to induce fear, but to motivate action. The urgency you feel as you read these words is the Holy Spirit confirming what I am saying. That quickening in your spirit, that sense that this is real, that this matters, that you need to pay attention, is not emotionalism. It is spiritual discernment. Your spirit knows when heaven is speaking, and heaven is speaking right now with great intensity, because the appointment with the billionaire who is looking for you is very close. The circumstances are aligned. The spiritual preparations are complete. The meeting is imminent. The only variable is your readiness. How do you prepare in a moment of urgency? First, you stop and listen. You give this message your full attention, which you are doing right now. Second, you respond in your spirit with faith and openness, receiving the word that heaven is speaking instead of dismissing it. Third, you take the steps of alignment that I will outline in this message. The prayers, the declarations, the spiritual posture that positions you to receive the connection when it comes. And fourth, you access the spiritual guide that I have prepared for exactly this moment. Today, in the first pinned comment below this message, you will find something that was prepared specifically for this season. The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day guide to claiming your financial miracle through God, Jesus, and the angels. This guide was created to prepare you for exactly what is happening right now. The divine appointment with someone who carries the resources, influence, and assignment that intersects with your destiny. It teaches you how to recognize the appointed meeting, how to respond with wisdom and faith, how to position yourself spiritually for what comes next. It is a gift, set apart for the one who receives this message with an open heart. That is you. Go to the first pinned comment now and claim it. Do not delay. The urgency is real, and the gift is waiting. Chapter 3. What the billionaire has been told about you. My beloved child, I am going to share something with you that will shift the way you see yourself. I have given this person, the billionaire who is looking for you, a specific picture of who you are. Not a physical picture, but a spiritual portrait. An impression, a knowing. And I want you to understand what that portrait contains, because it reveals something profoundly true about who you are in the heavenly realm. The portrait I have given them is not of someone ordinary. It is not of someone struggling or inadequate. The picture they carry in their heart, the sense of who they are looking for, is of a person of extraordinary potential. Someone who has not yet accessed the full dimension of what they carry, but who carries it clearly and powerfully in the spiritual realm. Someone who has been faithful in small things and is ready for large ones. Someone whose gifts, when properly resourced, will produce results that impact not just their own family but many others around them. Someone who has been forged in difficulty and is therefore stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling great responsibility than most people who have lived in easy circumstances. That portrait is you. It is an accurate picture of who you are, not who you feel like on your worst days, not who the enemy has told you that you are, not the diminished version of yourself that hardship and discouragement have sometimes suggested. It is the real you, the you that I see, the you that exists in the fullness of my purpose, The you that the billionaire who is searching for you is being directed toward. I want you to receive that picture of yourself right now. Reject every version of yourself that falls short of it. Speak it aloud. I am a person of extraordinary potential. I am forged in faith. I am ready for great responsibility. I carry gifts that can impact many. The billionaire who is searching for me sees the real version of me, the version that God sees. Let that become the lens through which you see yourself from this moment forward. The connection between you and this person is not about dependency. It is not charity. It is partnership. They bring resources. You bring purpose, gifts, and the divine assignment that I have uniquely placed within you. Together, through my guidance, you produce something that honors both your gifts and their resources. This is the nature of divine partnership. Not the strong helping the weak, but two people, each carrying something the other lacks, being brought together by heaven to produce something greater than either could alone. Comment below. I am ready for the divine appointment that God has arranged. I receive the partnership that heaven is sending. Let that declaration position your spirit in the exact posture of confident expectation that makes you the easiest person for heaven to connect. Chapter 4. The spiritual warfare. Happening right now. Over this appointment. My beloved child, I must speak plainly to you about what the enemy is doing in this very moment. As I have been speaking to you about the billionaire who is looking for you, the enemy has been working on two fronts simultaneously. He has been working to interrupt the message coming to you. Through distraction, through doubt, through the voice that says this is not real. And he has been working on the other side, in the life of the person who is searching for you, trying to redirect them, confuse them, make them question the prompting that is driving them to find you. This is why the urgency is real. This is why the 10-minute language matters. The enemy knows what is at stake in this appointment. He knows the dimensions of blessing that this connection will release in your life. He knows what you will accomplish when you have the resources and the partnership that heaven has prepared, and he is fighting furiously to prevent it. On your side, his weapons are doubt and self-dismissal. He wants you to read this message and say, "That is not for me," and move on. He wants you to feel too ordinary, too far behind, too lacking in the credentials or visibility that would make a billionaire interested in you. He wants the gap between where you are and where this blessing represents to feel so vast that you cannot even dare to believe it. Every one of those feelings is his manufactured lie. The gap is irrelevant to me. I close gaps. I specialize in bringing together the unlikely. I am the God of the impossible. And what looks like an impossible distance from where you stand is an easy, short walk from where I stand. On the other side, in the life of the person searching for you, the enemy is using confusion and noise. He is flooding that person with many demands, many voices, many distractions, all designed to drown out the quiet spiritual prompting that is directing them toward you. But my angels are clearing the noise. My spirit is amplifying the prompting, and the divine appointment is moving forward despite every interference the enemy tries to create. What can you do to support the breakthrough of this appointment? Pray specifically for the person who is searching for you. Yes, you. Pray for someone you do not yet know by name, who carries resources and assignment that are meant to connect with yours. Pray that the noise in their life clears. Pray that the spiritual prompting I have placed in them grows louder. Pray that every obstacle the enemy has placed between you two is dissolved by the authority of heaven. This is one of the most powerful prayers you can pray in this season. Not for yourself, but for the breakthrough of the divine appointment. Speak it now. Father, I pray for the person who is searching for me. Let the voice of your Spirit be louder in their life than every noise the enemy has created. Clear every confusion. Strengthen every prompting. Remove every obstacle between us. Bring our paths together in the way you have ordained, at the time you have appointed, in the form you have chosen. I agree with your plan. I receive your appointment. In Jesus' name, amen. Chapter 5. How to recognize the divine appointment when it comes. My beloved child, one of the greatest dangers in a moment like this is that the divine appointment arrives and you do not recognize it for what it is. The enemy's most sophisticated strategy at this point is not to prevent the appointment, but to cause you to miss it. To be present when it happens, but spiritually absent. To be in the same room but not paying the right kind of attention. To encounter the person but dismiss the significance of the meeting because it does not look exactly like you imagined. I want to prepare you for what this appointment may look like so that you do not miss it. First, it may not come through the channels you expect. The billionaire who is looking for you may be found in a context that surprises you. A casual social setting, a chance encounter in a public place, an introduction through a mutual connection, an online interaction that begins modestly, but carries something significant in it. Do not be so focused on a specific type of meeting that you miss the actual appointment, because it arrived through a different door. Second, the initial meeting may not feel immediately dramatic. Divine appointments often begin quietly, a brief conversation, a simple introduction, an exchange that seems ordinary on the surface but carries something different underneath. A quality of attention, an unusual interest, a question that goes deeper than small talk, a recognition in their eyes that communicates something significant before any words are spoken. Pay attention to those subtle signals. The significance of a divine appointment is often felt before it is spoken. Third, your reaction in the moment matters enormously. When you sense that a meeting is significant, when the inner knowing fires up, when the peace and alertness of the Holy Spirit are both present, respond with confidence, clarity, and the full weight of who you are. This is not the moment to be small. This is not the moment to understate your gifts, apologize for your ideas, or defer unnecessarily from your own sense of vision and purpose. The person who is searching for you needs to find someone who knows who they are and why they are here. Show up as the fully realized version of yourself that I have been describing, the one the billionaire has been spiritually directed toward. Today, in the first pinned comment, the gift I have placed there, the Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day guide to claiming your financial miracle through God, Jesus, and the angels, contains a specific section on divine appointments, how to recognize them, how to respond to them, how to receive from them with wisdom and grace. Go to the first pinned comment right now and access this guide. It is not a product. It is a spiritual preparation tool, set apart for you as a gift for exactly this season. Do not leave this message without claiming it. Chapter 6. Preparing your spirit to receive at this level. My beloved child, the level of blessing that this divine appointment carries requires a corresponding level of spiritual preparation in you. I am not saying you must achieve spiritual perfection before I act. I am saying that there is a readiness of spirit, a quality of openness, humility, faith, and clarity that allows you to receive fully from what I am releasing. And some of that preparation happens right now, in this moment, through this message. The first preparation is clarity about your assignment. The billionaire who is coming will want to understand you, your vision, your purpose, your sense of calling. They will ask questions that probe the depth of what you are about. You need to be able to answer those questions with clarity and conviction. Take some time today to articulate, clearly and specifically, what you believe you are here to do. What is the vision? What is the impact? What are you building? What problem are you solving? What community are you serving? Get that clarity now, before the appointment comes. Write it out. Practice saying it aloud. Speak it to me in prayer. Let it become so settled in your spirit that when someone asks, the answer flows with natural authority. The second preparation is the release of every form of spiritual smallness. Fear of being seen, fear of asking for what you need, the habit of making yourself less than you are so that others will be comfortable, the tendency to apologize for your calling or your vision or the scale of what you believe. My child, the person who is looking for you does not need a small version of you. They need the full version. The vision, the faith, the boldness, the clarity, the full weight of the person I made you to be. Release the habit of spiritual smallness. Stand up to the full height of your identity in me. The third preparation is a spirit of generosity toward the person you are about to meet. Yes, they carry resources for you, but they are also a person, a human being who is navigating their own journey, their own questions, their own search for meaning and purpose. Come to the appointment not as someone who is about to receive, but as someone who is about to participate in a divine partnership. What do you bring? What can you give them that is uniquely yours? How does your purpose serve their sense of meaning as well as your own needs? When you approach the appointment as a giver as well as a receiver, you shift the dynamic in a way that is both spiritually powerful and practically effective. Comment below right now. I am prepared. I am clear about my calling. I am ready to receive and to give. The divine appointment is mine. Speak that declaration with all the conviction you have. Let it be the final seal of your preparation before the appointment arrives. Chapter 7. The 10 Spiritual Steps to Claiming Your Billionaire Appointment. My beloved child, I want to give you something practical. A 10-step spiritual protocol for the coming hours and days that positions you perfectly for the divine appointment that is approaching. These steps are not religious rituals. They are acts of deliberate spiritual alignment that clear the path between you and what heaven has decreed. Step 1. Spend 30 minutes in my presence right now, before you do anything else. Simply be with me. Speak or don't speak. Worship or simply rest. Let my spirit speak to your spirit about what is coming. The foundation of everything else is time spent with me. Step 2. Write a clear one-paragraph description of your calling and vision. Keep it visible. Read it aloud every morning and every night. Let it become as natural as breathing. Step 3. Release every resentment or bitterness you carry toward anyone who has disappointed you financially in the past. Any partner who let you down. Any employer who underpaid you. Any family member who misused what you gave. Forgive completely. Clean the slate. A bitter heart cannot receive a sweet blessing. Step 4. Practice thankfulness for what you already have. Spend 10 minutes listing everything in your life that is good, true, and worth thanking me for. Gratitude opens channels of provision. Step 5. Make a deliberate act of generosity today. Give something, time, money, food, help, to someone who needs it. Not because you are buying favor, but because generosity keeps your heart calibrated to the flow of divine resources. Step 6. Pray specifically for the person searching for you, as I instructed you earlier. This prayer connects you to the divine appointment in the spiritual realm before it connects in the physical. Step 7. Ask me for a specific sign that will confirm the meeting when it arrives. Then watch for that sign. When you see it, pay full attention to the moment. The sign and the appointment will be close together. Step 8. Prepare one clear, bold, vulnerable statement of your vision that you can share when the appointment comes. Practice saying it in the mirror. Let it come from the deepest, most authentic part of your calling. Step 9. Remove distractions for the next 24 hours. Reduce time on things that scatter your focus. Stay present, alert, watchful. The appointment may come today. You need to be spiritually awake when it does. Step 10. End every day this week with a prayer of surrender. Father, I have done everything you asked. The rest is yours. The appointment is yours. The timing is yours. I trust you completely. Then rest in that trust. Comment below. I commit to these 10 steps. My appointment is coming. I am ready. Declare your commitment to the process, not just the outcome. And once again, go to the first pinned comment now. The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day guide to claiming your financial miracle through God, Jesus, and the angels is waiting there for you. A gift, not a product. A spiritual preparation tool for exactly the season you are in. Access it now. Do not delay. Time is a factor. Chapter 8. What this divine connection will produce. My beloved child, I want to paint a picture for you of what your life looks like on the other side of this divine appointment. The life that opens up when the billionaire who is looking for you finds you, and the partnership that heaven has ordained is formed. I show you this picture not to fill your heart with greed or pride, but to strengthen your faith, because faith grows when it sees what it is believing for, and I want your faith to be strong and clear in this moment. On the other side of this appointment, your financial life looks completely different. The chronic tension of not having enough, the constant calculations, the anxiety about bills, the sense of always being one unexpected expense away from crisis, that is gone. Not slowly reduced, but truly gone. Because the partnership this appointment represents does not just add a little to what you have. It opens a completely different financial reality, one characterized by abundance, by margin, by the freedom to give generously and live generously and invest generously without fear. On the other side of this appointment, your purpose is fully resourced. The vision you carry but have been unable to fully pursue because of limited resources. That vision gets funded. Not recklessly, but fully. You have what you need to build, to serve, to create, to impact. The gap between the scale of your calling and the scale of your resources closes completely. You operate not at the survival level of your calling, but at the fullness level, with everything needed to accomplish everything you were designed to accomplish. On the other side of this appointment, your influence expands dramatically, because resource amplifies reach. When you have what you need, you can serve more people, create more impact, build more things that matter, leave a larger and more lasting legacy. The appointment is not just for you. It is for everyone your life was designed to touch, every person your gifts would serve, every community your vision would transform, every family your calling would bless. They all benefit from the breakthrough that this appointment represents. Comment below. I can see it. I believe it. My life is transforming through the divine appointment God is sending. Let that vision statement be the fuel that keeps your faith burning brightly through every remaining moment until the appointment arrives. Chapter 9. Protecting the connection once it comes. My beloved child, when the divine appointment arrives and the connection is formed, the enemy will immediately shift strategies. He cannot prevent the meeting at that point, so he will attempt to destroy it, to introduce misunderstanding, suspicion, greed, pride, or confusion into the relationship after it is formed. I want to prepare you now for how to protect what heaven has connected, so that the partnership produces everything it was designed to produce, and does not become another disappointment added to the list. Protection of the connection starts with prayer. From the moment the appointment happens, begin praying regularly for the relationship, for wisdom in the partnership, for clear communication, for mutual respect and understanding, for the alignment of your respective purposes, for the enemy's inability to find any foothold of division or distrust between you. Make this prayer a daily discipline, not an occasional one. What heaven has joined must be maintained through spiritual vigilance. Protection also requires clear, honest communication from the beginning. The enemy works best in the shadows of assumption and unspoken expectation. When the partnership forms, speak clearly about your vision, your needs, your values, your intentions. Ask clearly about theirs. Let there be no gap between what is understood and what is real. Clarity protects connection. Protection also requires humility on both sides. The enemy will try to introduce pride, in you or in your partner. Pride says, I am more important than they are. Pride says, I know better than they do. Pride closes the ears and hardens the heart, and a closed-eared, hardened-hearted partnership cannot receive the multiplication that heaven intends. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay open, and when pride tries to rise, in you or in your partner, speak to it directly and refuse it. Also, I want to invite you to the deeper community that is gathering in this space. In the first pinned comment, there is a second link, an invitation to become a member of this channel. As a member, you receive private, exclusive messages and spiritual guidance that are not shared publicly. Reserved words for those who are walking in a deeper level of alignment and transformation. A spiritual community that supports and encourages you through the stages of your breakthrough. If your heart is stirring as you read this, if you sense that you are meant for more than a casual encounter with these words, that you are meant to be a part of an ongoing community of faith and breakthrough, click the second link in the first pinned comment and join us. You belong here. Chapter 10. The final warning and the final word of hope. My beloved child, we have come to the end of this message, and I want to close it with one final warning and one final word of profound hope. The warning: do not let this pass by. I have spoken with urgency throughout this message because the urgency is real. The appointment is imminent. The window is open. The billionaire who is searching for you is being directed toward you right now. But divine appointments, like all divine opportunities, require a response. A closed hand cannot receive a gift. A turned back cannot meet a face-to-face encounter. Your response to this message, the openness of your heart, the faith of your spirit, the action of your obedience, determines whether you step into the fullness of what I have prepared or allow it to pass by while you wait for a more certain, more visible, more provable sign. My child, this is the sign. This message is the warning. The appointment is real. Respond with faith. Act with urgency. Do not let this be the moment you look back on with regret. The hope. God is on your side. The same God who guided Joseph to his place of authority, who brought Esther to her royal position, who aligned the disciples with resources and mission. That God is on your side today. The same God whose track record across all of human history is perfect, whose promises have never failed, whose love for his children has never wavered. That God is actively arranging your appointment, your breakthrough, your abundance. You are not hoping in an empty hope. You are trusting in the most reliable, most powerful, most faithful force in the universe. And that force is for you. Stand up. Declare aloud. The billionaire who is searching for me will find me. The divine appointment is real. The connection is coming. The resources are arriving. God is on my side, and this is my moment of breakthrough. I receive it now, with faith, with gratitude, and with the full expectation of a child who knows their father's word is true. Write that in the comments. Let it be your declaration of faith to the community gathering here. And go, right now, to the first pinned comment. The Heavenly Wealth Transfer, a 7-day guide to claiming your financial miracle through God, Jesus, and the angels is waiting. Receive it. It is your gift. It is your companion for the next 7 days of this extraordinary season. Do not leave without it. The appointment is coming. The billionaire is searching. Heaven has decreed the meeting. And the child of God who receives this message with faith is the one they are looking for. That is you. Go. Prepare. Receive. The 10 minutes are up, and what was opened in those 10 minutes will not close. Walk through the door. Chapter 11. The spiritual blueprint behind the billionaire's search. My beloved child, I want to give you a deeper look at the spiritual blueprint behind the billionaire who is searching for you. Because understanding what drives this person helps you understand what I am doing. And understanding what I am doing helps you receive it with the wisdom and the gratitude it deserves. The person searching for you is not searching randomly. They have a blueprint, a vision for something they are trying to build, a problem they are trying to solve, a purpose they feel deeply called to fulfill. This blueprint was not created entirely by their own intelligence or ambition. It was placed in their heart by me. I gave them a dream that is too large for their resources alone to fulfill. A vision that requires the specific contributions of people who carry what they do not carry. I gave them the resources and the drive. And I gave you the gifts and the calling that the blueprint specifically requires. The blueprint itself is the mechanism by which I am bringing you together. When they describe their blueprint to you, their vision, their purpose, their dream, you will feel a resonance that goes beyond intellectual interest. You will feel a spiritual recognition, a knowing that this is connected to something in you that has been waiting for this specific outlet. That resonance is the signature of divine alignment. It is the feeling of two pieces of a single puzzle recognizing each other. Pay close attention to that feeling when it comes. It is not romantic imagination or naive enthusiasm. It is spiritual confirmation that the blueprint they carry and the calling you carry were designed by the same divine intelligence to fit together perfectly. Write in the comments, I recognize the divine blueprint. The billionaire's vision and my calling were designed by the same God to fit together. I am ready for the connection. Let that declaration of recognition be your spiritual posture going into the appointment. Chapter 12. The qualities the billionaire most needs from you. My beloved child, I want to speak specifically about what the billionaire who is searching for you most needs from you in this partnership. Because understanding what you bring helps you show up with confidence and purpose, rather than diffidence and self-doubt. The first quality they need is your integrity. The world of significant wealth and significant endeavor has exposed this person to many people who presented themselves as trustworthy and were not. They have paid a price for that exposure. What they are seeking now, more than any specific skill or credential, is someone whose integrity is deep and reliable. Someone who means what they say, does what they promise, handles resources honestly, and maintains their character under pressure. Your integrity, which has been tested and refined through the seasons of difficulty you have navigated, is one of the most valuable things you bring to this partnership. Do not underestimate it. The second quality they need is your spiritual wisdom. This person has access to the best human consultants, advisors, and strategists that money can buy. What they cannot buy, and what they increasingly sense they need, is the specifically spiritual dimension of wisdom. The ability to perceive what God is doing, to align with divine purpose rather than human strategy alone. to discern the difference between the opportunities that are from me and the ones that merely appear attractive. Your faith, your relationship with me, your ability to hear my voice and follow my guidance. These are extraordinarily valuable to someone who is trying to do something significant in the world and who is discovering that human intelligence alone is insufficient for the task. The third quality they need is your resilience. They need a partner who has been through the fire and come out refined. Someone who knows how to navigate difficulty without collapsing, who maintains their sense of purpose and their faith through setbacks, who can be trusted to hold steady when the work gets hard. Your journey, the challenges you have faced, the perseverance you have demonstrated, the character that has been forged through difficulty, produced a resilience that is rare and extraordinarily valuable in a serious endeavor. Own that resilience. It is not a consolation prize for the suffering you endured. It is a genuine asset that makes you the right person for what is being offered. Comment below. I bring integrity, spiritual wisdom, and resilience to the partnership God is creating. These are genuine assets. I show up as the full version of myself. Declare your contribution with confidence, not arrogance. Chapter 13. The Divine Appointment. What to say and what not to say. My beloved child, I want to give you specific practical guidance for the divine appointment. The conversation with the billionaire who is searching for you. Because the way you navigate that conversation matters. Not because saying the wrong thing will disqualify you from something that was decreed, but because the quality of your contribution to the conversation will determine how quickly and how fully the partnership forms and how complete the first impression is. What to say. Speak your truth clearly and directly. Do not minimize yourself. Do not hedge every statement with qualifiers that make you sound uncertain about your own gifts. When they describe their vision, respond with genuine engagement. Ask thoughtful questions that reveal you understand the deeper layers of what they are trying to do, not just the surface description. When they ask about you, describe your gifts, your experience, and your sense of calling with clarity and quiet confidence. Let the authenticity of who you are be the most powerful thing in the conversation. What not to say. Do not try to impress with credentials or name-dropping. Do not attempt to seem more impressive than you are by inflating your accomplishments or connections. This person has encountered many people who tried to impress them, and they are deeply skilled at detecting the difference between genuine substance and manufactured impression. Be real. Be direct. Be honest about what you have done, what you have learned, what you believe, and where you are going. The genuine version of you is more impressive than any manufactured version could be. What to listen for. Pay attention to what they do not say as much as what they do. Listen for the deeper longing underneath the description of the vision. Listen for the specific gap, the thing they are searching for that they may not even be able to fully articulate, and see if you can gently, humbly name it. If you can show them that you understood not just their explicit request but their deeper need, you will have demonstrated a quality of perception that will confirm what they have been spiritually sensing about you. Comment below. I will show up at the divine appointment as the real, clear, confident, authentic version of myself. God prepared me for this conversation. Prepare your spirit for the appointment with that declaration. Chapter 14. The fear that comes before a divine appointment and how to overcome it. My beloved child, before the divine appointment arrives, and perhaps even as it is arriving, you may experience a level of fear that surprises you with its intensity. Fear of inadequacy. What if they discover I am not as capable as they think? Fear of rejection. What if they see me clearly and decide I'm not the right person after all? Fear of success. What if this works, and my life changes completely in ways I cannot fully anticipate? All of these fears are real, all of them are common, and all of them are gifts from the enemy who is desperate to prevent the appointment from happening or from succeeding. I want to give you 3 specific answers to fear. Answers that you can speak directly to the fear when it comes, before the appointment and during it. Answer 1 to the fear of inadequacy. I am not going to this appointment alone. God, who called me to this partnership, accompanies me. His strength is made perfect in my weakness. My inadequacy is not a disqualifier. It is an invitation for His strength to be visible. When you feel inadequate, it is actually the moment when God's contribution to the partnership becomes most visible. Do not hide your areas of limitation. Hold them humbly, and let me fill them with what only I can provide. Answer 2 to the fear of rejection. I am not going to this appointment to be evaluated and found either acceptable or unacceptable. I am going because God has already determined the outcome. Divine appointments do not fail. The person I am meeting has already been shown who they are looking for. My job is to show up as that person. And I am that person. The billionaire who is searching for you has been shown a picture of you in their spirit. When you show up authentically, they will recognize you. The recognition is already established. Show up and let them see it. Answer 3 to the fear of success. Change that is guided by God is not a threat. It is a gift. The life that opens on the other side of this appointment was designed by the God who loves me, knows me, and has only good plans for me. I do not need to fear the changes that come with the fulfillment of my destiny. I was made for this. Embrace the change. The old season served its purpose. The new one is the one you were made for. Comment below. I am prepared for the fear, and I have the answer for it. The appointment is mine, and I will not let fear rob me of it. Declare your readiness to face and overcome fear. Chapter 15. The financial transformation that follows the partnership. My beloved child, I want to speak about the financial transformation that follows the formation of the partnership with the billionaire who is searching for you. Because the appointment is not just a spiritual moment. It has very tangible, very real, very significant financial consequences that are worth understanding. The partnership you are about to enter creates financial access that you do not currently have. Not through charity, through the legitimate multiplication of your gifts alongside resources that can express them at scale. The financial dimension of the partnership transforms your relationship with money in several important ways. First, it removes the income ceiling. Currently, the upper limit of your earning capacity is determined by the context in which you operate, which is limited by limited resources and limited reach. The partnership removes that ceiling. When your gifts are operating in a context that has significant resources and significant reach, the income your gifts generate is limited only by the scale of the impact they produce, which is potentially extraordinary. Second, it creates financial stability for your family in a way that is sustainable rather than precarious. The kind of income generated through purposeful partnership with significant resources is not the kind that arrives once and disappears. It is the kind that creates a new baseline, a new normal for your financial life that is significantly above where you currently operate. Third, it positions you to give at a scale that was previously impossible. One of the most transformative dimensions of financial abundance is the ability to give at a level that creates real, significant, lasting impact in the lives of others. The partnership positions you to become a significant channel of blessing to the people and causes you care about most deeply. That generosity is itself a form of calling fulfillment. And it is one of the most profound joys of the blessed life. Comment below. The partnership removes my income ceiling, creates sustainable stability, and positions me to give at a scale that creates real impact. I am ready for every dimension of it. Claim the financial future that the partnership opens. Chapter 16. The legacy. This partnership builds. My beloved child, the partnership between you and the billionaire who is searching for you is not just for your generation. It is the foundation of a legacy that extends beyond both of you. A work that will continue to produce, to impact, to serve, and to bless long after both of your individual journeys have ended. Legacy is built when two or more people with complementary gifts and resources come together in a shared purpose that is larger than either of them. The partnership I am creating between you and this person has that quality of transcendent purpose, a vision that is too significant to be served by one life, that requires the combined contribution of multiple gifted, resourced, purpose-driven people to reach its full expression. As you enter the partnership, carry this legacy consciousness with you from the beginning. Make decisions that serve not just the immediate impact, but the long-term endurance of the work. Build structures that will outlast the initial leadership, processes, cultures, and values that can be maintained and extended by those who come after you. Invest in people who can carry the work forward, not just executing what exists, but innovating and expanding what is possible. And document the story, the origin, the vision, the early victories and the early struggles, so that those who come after have the history that grounds them, and the inspiration that drives them. The legacy this partnership builds is part of what was written in your destiny before you were born. It is part of the reason the billionaire was given their resources and you were given your gifts, because together, in partnership, you become the builders of something that matters beyond your individual lifetimes. Carry that weight with both humility and confidence. You are building for eternity. Comment below. I enter this partnership as a legacy builder. The work we do together will outlast us and matter beyond our individual lifetimes. Let that legacy consciousness be the highest and largest perspective from which you approach the appointment. Chapter 17. The final word. The 10 minutes are over and the door is open. My beloved child, we have come to the end of this message. The 10 minutes I spoke of at the beginning are long past. And in those 10 minutes, and in all the minutes that followed as you read and received every chapter of this message, something significant happened. Your spirit aligned, your faith was strengthened, your vision was expanded, your fear was addressed, and you were prepared for the divine appointment that is approaching. The door that was opened in those 10 minutes is still open. It will not be closed by your doubt. It will not be closed by the enemy's interference. It will not be closed by any failure of timing or preparation on your part. It was opened by a divine decree, and it will remain open until the appointment I ordained has taken place, and the partnership I prepared has been formed. What is required of you now is simple. Stay ready. Live in the quality of expectation that keeps you spiritually alert, practically prepared, and emotionally available for the meeting when it comes. Pray for the person who is searching for you. Prepare the words you will speak. Sharpen your articulation of your gifts and your vision. Stay consistent in your faith, and trust me with the timing, because the appointment will happen in the way that serves both of you most completely. And that way and that timing are mine to determine. Stand up. Speak one final time. The 10 minutes opened the door, and the door is still open. The billionaire is still searching, and will find me. The appointment will happen because God decreed it. I am ready, prepared, aligned, confident, and waiting with faith. The partnership that heaven built is about to begin. In Jesus' name, I receive it. Write that in the comments. Every word. The appointment is coming. Be ready. The billionaire is searching. Be found. Chapter 18. The financial transformation that follows the connection. My beloved child, once the divine appointment takes place and the partnership with the billionaire begins, a financial transformation occurs in your life that is both immediate and cumulative. And I want to describe it fully, so that you understand what to expect and how to cooperate with it. The immediate financial transformation is the removal of the income ceiling. The billionaire's resources, combined with your gifts, creates a context in which your contribution can be valued and compensated at a level that reflects its actual worth, a level that may be many times higher than what the previous context of your life made possible. This is not exploitation of a relationship. It is the appropriate valuation of gifts that were previously operating in a context too small to express their full value. The same gift that was undervalued in a resource-limited context becomes highly valued when it operates in the context of significant resources and significant vision. Expect the financial change to be immediate and substantial. The cumulative financial transformation is the building of a track record and a reputation that opens subsequent doors independently of the initial connection. As the partnership proves successful, as the work you do together produces visible, significant results, your name becomes associated with success at a level that creates its own magnetic pull. Other people of vision and resources begin to notice. Other opportunities begin to arrive. The initial connection is the opening of a channel through which subsequent abundance continues to flow, not because of the connection itself, but because of the results produced through it, which then become the evidence that attracts the next level of connection and opportunity. The financial transformation also has a giving dimension, the expansion of your capacity to be generous in ways that create real impact. As the income from the partnership grows, the portion you are able to give grows proportionally. And the giving, strategic, specific, faith-driven, creates the spiritual multiplication that compounds the financial transformation beyond what the income alone would produce. The financial transformation is not just for you. It is the engine of a generosity that changes the financial realities of others. Comment below. The financial transformation that follows the divine appointment removes ceilings, builds reputation, and expands my capacity for generous impact. Declare the full financial transformation ahead. Chapter 19. The 10 minutes that changed your trajectory. My beloved child, I want to close this message by reflecting on the significance of the 10 minutes I announced at the beginning, not as a passing moment, but as the specific window in your spiritual timeline that changed the trajectory of everything that comes after. 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, a decree was spoken over your life. In 10 minutes, a divine appointment was confirmed. In 10 minutes, the spiritual atmosphere around your life shifted from the season of searching to the season of being found, from the season of potential unreached to the season of potential in active, visible, accelerating expression. The billionaire is searching. The appointment is scheduled. The partnership is designed. And 10 minutes was the window in which the announcement of all of this was delivered to your spirit, with the full urgency and the full love of heaven behind it. Do not let the 10 minutes pass in your memory as simply the promise of something that may or may not have come true. Let them be the specific, dated, spiritual marker of the day your trajectory changed. When the appointment happens, when you are sitting across from the billionaire who was searching for you, and the recognition in their eyes confirms what you knew was coming, remember the 10 minutes. Remember the moment you heard the announcement. Remember the faith you spoke, the declaration you made, the decision to receive rather than dismiss. Let the memory of the 10 minutes become one of the stories you tell about the way heaven works. Specific, urgent, personally delivered, and absolutely accurate. And share that story with others who are in their own 10-minute windows, who are hearing announcements that seem too extraordinary to be real, who are deciding whether to receive with faith or dismiss with doubt. Tell them, the 10 minutes are real, the announcements are accurate. The God who speaks over lives is the God who delivers on what he speaks. And the trajectory that changes in 10 minutes of genuine faith is one that nothing in heaven or on earth can put back on its previous course. Comment below. The 10 minutes changed my trajectory. The appointment is coming. The partnership is real. And the God who announced it is faithful to deliver it completely. Let that declaration of the 10-minute trajectory change be the final word of the day the appointment was decreed. Chapter 20. The Billionaire's Perspective. What they will discover when they find you. My beloved child, I want to speak to you about the specific experience the billionaire will have when they finally find you. Because understanding what they will discover helps you understand your own value more clearly and show up to the appointment with the confidence that the moment requires. When they find you, they will discover something rare. In the world of significant resources and significant endeavors, the people who approach tend to bring one of three things: impressive credentials without genuine character without relevant gifts, or relevant gifts without character that has been tested and proven. You bring something different, the combination of genuine gifts and tested character. Gifts that are real and growing. Character that was formed in the fire of difficulty and emerged not brittle, but refined. That combination is what the billionaire has been searching for, without being able to fully articulate what they were looking for. And when they find it in you, the recognition will be immediate. When they find you, they will also discover a clarity of purpose that is unusual. Most people at any level of ability operate without a deeply articulated sense of calling, without a clear, specific, compelling answer to the question, what are you here to do? Your clarity of purpose, developed through the seasons of difficulty that forced you to go deep and ask the most fundamental questions about your life, is one of the most distinctive things you bring. In a world where many smart, talented people are vague about their direction, the person who knows exactly what they carry and exactly what they are called to do stands out with remarkable clarity. And when they find you, they will discover an alignment between values and life that has become increasingly rare. The values you hold, your commitment to integrity, to genuine service, to the people your work is meant to benefit, are not abstract principles you hold intellectually. They are lived values, demonstrated in the choices you have made through seasons when it costs something to maintain them. That lived integrity is what creates the specific quality of trust that the billionaire is searching for. The trust that comes from seeing that a person's walk matches their talk at the level of their character. Comment below. When the billionaire finds me, they will discover rare gifts, tested character, clarity of purpose, and lived integrity. I am fully prepared to be found. Declare what the billionaire will discover, and receive that declaration as the truth about who you are. Chapter 21. The divine partnership. Building something that outlasts both of you. My beloved child, the partnership between you and the billionaire is not meant to produce only immediate financial results, or even a single successful enterprise. It is meant to build something that outlasts both of you, something that continues to serve its purpose and advance its impact long after the two partners who created it have moved on to other assignments or have crossed the threshold of eternity. The work that endures is built on three foundations: vision that is larger than the individual, values that are specific and consistently expressed, and structures that allow for the work to continue independently of the original participants. The divine partnership I am creating between you and the billionaire has all three foundations already in place. The vision is specifically mine. It is a kingdom purpose that extends beyond either individual's interests. The values are specifically aligned with the kingdom values that I express through Jesus: integrity, genuine service, the dignity and flourishing of every person served. And the structures, built through the partnership with wisdom and intentionality, will be designed for durability. As you enter the partnership, carry this durability-oriented thinking with you from the first conversation. Ask not only what are we building, but what do we need to put in place so that what we build continues when we are no longer the ones running it. That question, asked early, taken seriously, and answered with the wisdom that comes from prayer and counsel, is the question that separates the enterprises that last from the enterprises that are entirely dependent on their founders and cease when the founders step back. The lasting work you build together will be part of the legacy of both of your lives. The thing that continues to serve, to impact, to change the world in small but real ways, long after the details of your individual stories have faded from immediate memory. Build for that. Build for the people who will come after you and carry the work forward. Build with the quality and the integrity of people who know they are building for eternity, not just for the next quarter's results. Write your final declaration. The divine partnership is building something that outlasts both of us. I commit to building with vision that is larger than myself, values that are consistently expressed, and structures designed for durability. The appointment is coming. The partnership is already designed. And the work we will build together will serve people who have not yet been born. Every word in the comments. The 10 minutes opened the trajectory. The partnership will build the legacy. Chapter 22. The preparation that was your life. Every season was for this. My beloved child, I want to close this message with one of the most important truths you can carry into the divine appointment. Every season of your life, including the most difficult ones, the most confusing ones, the ones that seemed most disconnected from any purpose you could identify, was preparation for this. Every season contributed something to the person you are now, and the person you are now is specifically and precisely the person that the billionaire is searching for and that the partnership requires. The seasons of difficulty contributed resilience, the capacity to navigate hardship without collapsing, to maintain purpose through setback, to keep faith alive when the circumstances argue against it. These are not virtues that can be taught in a classroom or developed through comfortable seasons of uninterrupted success. They are formed in the fire, and the fire you went through produced them in you with a quality and a depth that are genuinely extraordinary. The seasons of waiting contributed patience and depth, the capacity to hold a vision over time without the immediate gratification of seeing it fulfilled, the depth of character that comes from having thought long and carefully about the things that matter most, the wisdom that extended waiting and extended reflection together produce. The billionaire will be working on a timeline that requires patience. The vision is large enough that it will not be fully expressed in a single season, and the partner who can hold a long-term vision with faith and equanimity is exactly the kind of partner that vision requires. The seasons of relational difficulty contributed emotional intelligence, the ability to navigate complexity in relationships, to maintain integrity under pressure, to repair what breaks with honesty and grace, to love well through imperfection. The partnership ahead will involve real people with real complexity, and the emotional intelligence you developed in the difficult relational seasons of your past is directly applicable to navigating that complexity with the wisdom it requires. Every season was preparation. Every difficult season was investment, painful investment, costly investment, investment that felt at the time more like loss than like gain, but investment. And the return on that investment is the person you are right now. fully prepared, specifically equipped, and exactly ready for the appointment that the preparation was building toward. You did not waste those seasons. They made you for this. And the billionaire who finds you will benefit from every single one of them. Write your absolutely final declaration. Every season of my life was preparation for this divine appointment. The difficulty, the waiting, the relational complexity, all of it formed me specifically for the person the billionaire needs. I arrive at the appointment carrying the fruit of every season, and I am more ready than I have ever been. Every word. In the comments. The appointment is coming. The preparation is complete. Be found.